I hear too many franchisors out there that are not building that type of community with their franchisees. And so it may sound simple, but franchisors, ask yourself, and franchisees, if you're not getting it, push your franchisors for it. But if you're not getting that peer level learning from your fellow franchisees, you're definitely missing out. That's one of the most valuable things about being in a really good franchise system.
Well, to the franchisors, I would say you need to be able to moderate it, because the risk is that it becomes a runaway train where they're not sharing best practices, but they're sharing inaccurate things, and then therefore giving implied permission to everybody in the system to set their own hours, or, the different things that they do. Oh, I do this and it's totally off brand and they're not allowed to do it. So to be able to have an interactive communication is really critical.
100%.
And right now, and this doesn't just apply to the mobile, but to the brick and mortar, our operations people are going to all of their franchisees, including the dozen corporate stores, and asking everybody, what are your top 3 practices? And then we're ranking them from 0 to 20 to be able to roll out. So that is something that we're working on literally this week, is just collecting what everybody thinks their best practices are, organizing that. And then again, we're wanting to rank it 1 through 20, create SOPs around it, and then give it back to the franchisees. But it's really coming from the franchisees. We're just organizing the information.
Well, this is great, but you guys are missing one big thing. And I don't think you know this. I don't think you understand what's actually happening here, but cookies are a fad. Like, that's a fad, and they will not be around next year.
I said that about smoothies in 1983. So, and how long have you been eating cookies, Erik?
A long time. And Tropical Smoothie did not get that memo. They didn't get that memo. And I know how well their franchisees are doing.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's sort of like pizza, I think. Pizza delivery started in the 1800s, I think. I mean, don't quote me on that.
It's a fact. You said it here. It's a fact.
Along with all the other facts. Yeah. I think it's here to stay. I think that it'll be bumpy in the future. And again, that's where I think that our safety is in the ongoing brand awareness created through the mobile operators out there hitting the masses with the smell.
Bennett, what say you on this thing that you had never heard before until I brought it up just now?
Great American Cookie Company and Mrs. Fields both started in 1977. So,
and that's a fact too. That's a fact.
Both of them have multiple hundred locations open. After 46 years, Insomnia Cookies, 2 decades, multiple hundred locations open. So, there's cookies have been around forever. It's not like cupcakes or frozen yogurt. We were just eating it because there's a new shop. Most Americans eat cookies on a monthly basis, but all food and all franchising, probably for that matter, is cyclical, right? It goes up, it goes down. So we've been in a really high cookie market. And I think as the market tightens, everybody's or becomes more saturated, everybody's top line sales will suffer from that. So at that point, who's got the lowest break even? And because we centralize our production, talking brick and mortars, we can operate at 700 square feet, 1 employee, little to no waste, fixed, cost of goods, because we get the basically fixed because we get both purchasing and we mass produce everything. And then on the mobile side, again, you're not even stuck to even a 700 square foot. You're stuck to no lease. You get to go to where people are, whatever happens in a town or community, you go over to the next one. So I think we've done this and we planned for the cookie market to be cyclical and to come down and to be best positioned with the lowest break even compared to any of our competitors.
We are winding down our time here. Any last bits of wisdom, thoughts, either of you two or both of you?
Well, I think, as far as franchising itself, and I think it's really, really important to look at what's your support like. Do I like the product? Does it resonate with me? Do I like the culture of that company? And am I going to get what I need when I need it? And those are the things that I would look for if I were buying a franchise. But primarily it would be, am I going to get the support that I need? Because that's really why you're buying a franchise. But then to be able to have, like you said, these other options that, you know what, brick and mortar doesn't work for me right now. I'm going to start with a mobile and see how I like it, and then add on to it maybe with a brick and mortar when a space opens up or when it's right for my life. So the flexibility, I think, is also something which you've already hit on, so I won't, regurgitate that. But I think that's important as well. But I just really think for everybody, it's a very personal decision of culture and fit and just this vibe. It's a vibe. I go by vibes a lot. Bennett doesn't, but I go by vibes.
Bennett, what about you?
Yeah, I don't know how to define the vibe. I guess speaking to your last question on, I guess, innovation, like how do you innovate cookies? They've been around forever, right? But we have done the processes to innovate, to have the 3-layer cookies, to be able to do catering at a much higher margin because we machine portion everything, hand portion it. We could do same day catering where any other companies in the catering, cookie gourmet cookie catering space are typically 3-day turnaround, introducing types of, kind of other products. So when we looked at it, when we started franchising, it was, there's nothing proprietary per se about cookies. So how are we going to get that? And it was really what separated us is we were willing to make the upfront investment into the team, the warehouse, the machines, the trucks, all of that, where everybody else is kind of like, here's, my grandma's recipe, whether it's cookies or Subways or whatever, here's the recipe, go do everything yourself, where we invest in that infrastructure. So now we can benefit from gluten-friendly products and same-day catering and 3-layer cookies and protein cookies. And we've experimented with other different products. So anyways, kind of really investing into, we're going to be different, and all of our franchisees are always going to have a competitive advantage because corporate invested upfront into a system and a model to allow us to rapidly expand and benefit from, economies of scale.
Hey, Erik, would you like a caffeine cookie?
Yes.
That's coming. A caffeine cookie, January.
I'm ready. Thanks for listening to the Franchise Secrets podcast. Links to everything can be found over at franchisesecrets.com. And if you want my help with anything from starting your own franchise to growing your current franchise business, please visit scalablefranchise.com.